Hi guys, today I bring you Oramond Catacombs on a level 500 plus EK. Personally, I really like this place. It's very nostalgic for me. I really like hunting catacombs in general. So now that I'm high enough level to hunt it solo on my EK, I really enjoy this place. So I do recommend it. I think it's quite a fun little place with lots of varied monsters. So let's take a quick look at the results. I have three hunt analyzers for you today from three different sessions. Um, so that we can draw a few conclusions. In general, I recommend level 500 plus because this place it can get difficult. It's not super easy. I mean, there are cases where you have like 15 monsters on you or around you at times, so it is a little bit difficult. I do recommend level 500 plus to be safe. It's technically possible at earlier levels, definitely. I mean, I've even seen videos of like a level 300 hunting here. But at that point, you're kind of semi-boxing by the walls, and it's not that efficient. So if you really want to enjoy the spot, and not die, I do recommend level 500 plus. And still, you need to be careful. So raw experience, I think you should be aiming for somewhere between 4.3 to 4.5 million, which translates to about 6.4 to 6.8 million on 150%. The loot is relatively variable, but it's pretty high overall. So it's somewhere between 0.8 kk to 1.1 kk per hour. I mean, on the rightmost analyzer, I'm even averaging at that point 1.2 kk per hour. But it's not really possible to say how much loot you're going to get in each team hunt. It depends how many steel boots you get. Anyway, difficulty that I give this place is 7 out of 10. However, I will say that this place becomes infinitely easier with Spirit Form armor. When I was hunting here with Lion Plate, I found it really difficult. The second I put on Spirit Form armor, suddenly this place really opened up and was really, really easy for me. So just a hint, if you don't have Spirit Form armor and you're finding this place hard, that might be why. Bestiary, realistically, I think you're mostly only going to come here for Destroyers, which takes about 4 hours. I think, at this level, you're probably going to have all the other ones done, but if not, it's about 3 hours for Hellspawns, 10 hours for DTs, and 9 hours for Grims. Moving on, I recommend level 500 plus, like already mentioned. With regards to quests, you will need to have cast 50 Oramond votes to be able to access this dungeon or hunting ground. You will need a physical weapon to hunt here. Unfortunately, the way the monsters are split, some of them are weak to energy, some of them are weak to ice, some of them are weak to fire. Makes it quite awkward, which means you need a physical weapon, which isn't actually really that amazing for anything here, but it's the best overall. So I do recommend using a physical weapon. This place can effectively be hunted by basically everyone other than Druid or Sorceress solo. I think it's really not going to be any fun to hunt here as a mage solo. If you want to come duo, Druid EK duo is actually kind of weak here from my experience. You can try it, but Paladin EK duo here is actually excellent. If you have like sort of level 300, 350, maybe 400, and you want to come out here as a duo with your friend Paladin, it's great. It really is pretty great. So I do recommend it. With regards to imbuements, everything's standard. I don't think you need any particular defensive imbuements or defensive praise. If you're going to apply it on something, I would probably apply it on Dark Torturers or Grim Reapers. They deal, as you can see in Input Analyzer, around 30% of the damage each. And as you can see, it's like 87% physical, 9% death, 4% fire, so nothing really that you can, equip against. You mostly want to be prioritizing that physical protection and stick the death protection trinket, the mirror, in your trinket slot. Moving on, supplies per hour, I use about 2.5k strong manas and about 100 supremes per hour. The charms I would recommend is probably freeze, parry, low blow on DT, one of those, then inflame or zap on the Grim Reaper, and then whatever you kind of have left on Destroyer and Hellspawn. It's most important to have something on DT. If you're struggling, actually dodge would not be bad on the Dark Torturer either. For the wheel, Auxiliary Mass cooldown reduction is pretty good. That's what I use. I mean, you're going to be basically boxing every single pull here. And the character you will see in the video is a level 578 EK with 129 axe skill. And I actually had no praise and no charms even active. So yeah, I could probably increase those results I showed you quite considerably if I put some charms on, which I didn't have at the time. Moving on, before we get to the route, quick shout out to all my YouTube members. Thank you very much, guys, for all your support. That's Jeddo, Kruche, Pashiku, Paput, Laskes, Javi, and Defect Musgu. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, looking at the route, I tested both sides of Catacombs, and did basically a mirror image, and I had exactly the same results. So, you can go east or west, whatever you like. I don't think it makes any difference at all. So, I will just show you the west way. Okay, because that's where I actually recorded the video, so that's what I'm going to show you. But you can just mimic that, reflect that in the mirror on the other side, and that's fine as well if you want to hunt east. So come in, I do one pull here. This is probably the first one. Then I go up to the north. I do one in the center of the room here. I sort of go back. Then I go to the left. I do a preemptive pull here. And now, before you go into this big room, it will depend on your level. If you're kind of low level, you're kind of struggling, what you want to do is, and this is what you will see in the video as well, is do a couple of pulls. So you want to do like a sort of initial pull somewhere here, and then once you're down to 4 or 5 monsters, you go even a bit further north, and you do another pull here, and you know, you finish and you move on. If you're sort of higher level and you're confident, you know, then just run in straight to the middle, probably somewhere like here, and just get all the monsters from the room in one. That's going to be obviously higher experience, but it's more difficult. So be careful, because that can get dangerous. At that point, I'm going to be running here and into this room. Do a big pull in the middle. Yep. Then I'm going to go south here. Do a pull here. Bam. And I will go south again. Do a pull somewhere around here. You should, yeah, so somewhere around here, maybe a little bit further. There's going to be quite a lot of monsters here at this point as well. And then you'll kind of just kite and attack everything as you're sort of going into this big room. And you kind of have the same situation that we had in this room here, in that, you know, if you're sort of comfortable and high level, just, you know, you can just run in into the middle and just kill everything in the middle. If you're sort of lower level and you're struggling, then, you know, split this room in two, start at there, kill it, then move forward and kill another pull. And then you restart and you go to the start. And yeah, that's basically it. One final thing I wanted to mention is there is a variable spawn in this place, which means that you can sometimes get random hellhounds, juggernauts, and demons. Personally, I do not kill the juggernauts. You know, I attack them, but I kind of just run through. And you know, every few laps I'll end up killing one of them. But basically, I ignore it. Okay, so just don't waste 2 minutes killing a juggernaut. It's not worth it. Okay, that's all I have for you today, guys. I'm now going to play you the video. I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.